Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. The nerfs are also here, and I've been working on some new deck ideas, so I've been working a little bit on Even Rogue. This is one of the builds that I started with, and I don't think this is quite good enough. I actually had exactly 50% win rate with this particular build. But there are a couple of ways that you can try to build Even Rogue if you're interested in that archetype. One way would be to build it like this, so build it based on Corpsetakers. Well, isn't every deck based on Corpsetakers nowadays? I mean, Corpsetaker is just incredibly good. And if you want to run it with Corpsetakers, then you want some Divine Shields. Argent Commander is a good source of Divine Shield. Windfury Harpy is a good source of Windfury. Then you want sources. In this build there's a Lich King and there's a pair of Dread Corsairs for Taunt. And this list did not include a source for Lifesteal. There are basically two alternatives. There's the Cheaty Anklebiter and there's the Vicious Scalehide. And I'm planning to try out that one a little bit, just maybe make the Corpsetaker a little bit more powerful. Because Corpsetaker is one of your main ways to deal damage. You generally want to make some good use of that Windfury, which is why Cold Blood seems like a very good idea for a Corpsetaker build. I've also seen some people run Bone Mare in this deck, but I already had some problems being a little bit slow at times. So I don't think I'm going for that Bone Mare route myself. Some of the nice things that you can do with Even Rogue are around these 2-drops. Bloodsuck Raider, because you're going to dagger upon 1, then you can actually play a 3/3 for 2 mana, and that's a really good stat line for a 2-drop. And then of course there's the Sharkfin Fan, so you dagger upon 1, you play Sharkfin Fan on 2 and attack, and you get a 2/2 and a 1/1 on the board at the same time. So there are a couple of pretty nice 2-drops available for this build. In this one I'm also playing with Razorpetal Lasher. I really like the Lasher and that one additional damage that you can get from the spell. I've also sometimes played with Toxicologist, for example. Giving your dagger a bit of a buff. It can also be a reasonable option. Other than these, Grave Shambler is great in Even Rogue. Whenever your weapon is destroyed, gain +1/+1. So essentially, for 1 mana, you can buff your Grave Shamblers. They become quite powerful minions. Much reminiscent of what Henge Clan Tug is for most Rogue archetypes. And obviously the real power play of Even Rogues is Captain Hooktusk. Summon 3 pirates from your deck and give them rush. And if you can get to summon something like Ticket Scalpers and they overkill stuff and they draw you more cards, that's just a very powerful refill. And one tech card that I really enjoy in this type of deck is the Mojo Master Zihi at the moment. Because you're able to generate quite a lot of tempo at times, and Mojo Master Zihi can prevent combo decks from doing their thing for a period of time, and you can use that time to generate tempo and potentially win the game before they ever get to the point where they could actually pull off their combos. So there are lots of things I like about this archetype, lots of things I like about this deck. I'm not yet sure whether the Corpsetaker build is going to be better in the end than the Cannon Barrage build, because this deck could also be built with Cannon Barrage as a finisher. Very reminiscent of how Even Paladin has used Avenging Wrath. But this particular list can still be improved upon. I'm trying out some things still and will let you know how it worked out. In particular, I did not end up liking having both Cold Bloods and Eviscerates. In my pirate builds I only use Eviscerates. I have not incorporated Cold Blood into them, even though Cold Blood is now available for Even Rogue. And this felt a bit too many spells. I think probably in this build the Eviscerates will have to go and replaced with some more minions. The thing I don't like about that is that then there will be only 2 combo cards left in the deck, and then Cursed Castaway will have only 1 target. There probably could be a second Cursed Castaway in this list actually as well. So still looking for that right balance, but it was already a pretty fun deck. Just not quite as effective as I hoped it would be. Rogue, as always, good at taking down combo decks, good at beating priests, for example. Hunter performance, I actually ended up around 50-50 against Hunter, and I lost to stuff like Odd Warriors. I just did not have enough damage to punch through all of the things that they could do. I lost to Control Mages too. So the current state beats Priests, ties with other relatively aggressive decks, and loses to Odd Warriors, Control Mages. As for the mulligans with this deck, if you want to try it out, you're generally looking for a pair of 2-drops. There's Bloodset Raider, Razorpetal Asher, Sharkfin Fan. 2 of these is typically pretty good. And then you're looking for a 4-drop, which is typically either Corpsetaker or the Grave Shambler. That's about what you really mulligan for. Then it kind of depends. If you're on the defense, okay, Backstab is a good card. If you know that you're playing against some kind of combo deck, then you can already keep Mojo Master Zihi. If you know that you're going to be able to survive a little bit longer, then Captain Hook Tusk is always going to be your best possible play on 8. So holding on to Hook Tusk if you can afford it, or if you already have the early game cards, then Hook Tusk Keep is fine. If you enjoyed this content, then please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And if you really enjoy it, you also have the option to click the join button and become a paid member of this channel here on YouTube. And now, let's go take a look at Even Corpsetaker Rogue in action. I'll actually try to keep the Hook Tusk. Let's see what happens.
Turned our curse into our strength.
But we'll see. Alright. Well, Druid. What do you have? What kind of Druid is this? It's gonna take a long time before I find out. It's not like the archetype has any significant problems. Good times, good times.
Here we go.
Go Sharks! So I have my Castaway, which will draw Eviscerate or Cold Blood. But now I'm having a bit of a problem finding something that I could play next turn. Or the turn after that. And that might be a little bit inconvenient. But I have already dealt a grand total of 3 damage to this Druid, and I probably only need like 80 or 90 to actually beat him. We're going to make it. Okay, he's just waiting, unfortunately. Well, okay, I'm going to play that. That was better than nothing. It's a 3/3 after all. It's like we're at least 2 mana. Seems to be a decent steel rogue, really. That one I had not heard of. But lots of things happen now, and everyone is experimenting, so it's very difficult to also gauge the overall strength of various decks. Because everyone is playing weird jank, so... This turn was not the turn I imagined it to be. Do I have too many cards that cost 6 or 8? On the other hand, if you look at what I've drawn compared to what's in the deck, then my draw is pretty top heavy for this turn. I have dealt a grand total of -5 damage so far, -6 damage. But it's okay.
This curse has become our greatest strength.
I have almost dealt damage so far. But I still have no idea what kind of druid this is. Okay, so Miracle. Fine, thanks. Miracles are happening. Miraculous things. Many miraculous things. That was a great auctioneer turn. You don't usually get this great of an auctioneer turn on turn 6. But this is really good. I mean, this is turn 6. And he has just played like 10 spells with that auctioneer on turn 6. So even more. This might be the best turn 6 I have ever seen. How many spells did he play? 3, 4... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He played 11 spells. I've seen both spellstones, 1 Wrath. I haven't seen any of the Pyromancers or the Barkskins, so there will be Pyromancer Barkskin clears coming. I still need to kill that one here. So there's a pair of Pyromancers and there's a pair of Acolytes.
I got the best deal anywhere.
He's going to kill this off with a Pyromancer clear. Right. He's going to play the Barkskin. Uses 1 Naturalized now. And the Barkskin, yeah. So 1 Naturalize has been spent. He still has 1 more Pyromancer left. So I probably want to sap this Auctioneer and kill that Pyromancer. There's 1 more Pyromancer with the Barkskin again. They can just play the Auctioneer again to kill it off. I still need to sap it now. Try to play the Harpy out there. He still has 3 cards left in the deck. We can always just kill off that Auctioneer. He has 1 Innervate, he doesn't have any Biology projects, so he doesn't have any extra mana for the Mecha'thun turn. But if this is a Hakar Druid, then suddenly everything is different.
Do you like to play with fire?
We had a Rat left, and then there's a Barkskin. I can't prevent him from killing off the Auctioneer. There's 2 cards left in the deck. So what does he have? He has a Naturalize. He has the Branching Paths. Yeah, I can't stop him from killing off the Auctioneer. That's a little inconvenient. I do need to kill the Pyromancer, of course. And this one is always going face. I haven't found any of the Cold Bloods. Something like this. But he will kill off the Auctioneer now.
Let the pain speak to me. Let the pain speak to me.
Okay, he's spending cards in order to prepare for his Mecha'thun turn. But he can't do Mecha'thun yet, right? 5 cards, 6 cards. Are there more 0 mana spells? Innervate, Naturalize, Mecha'thun. What are the other 3 cards? I mean, he can't do the Mecha'thun yet, right? I think he cannot. So is this just the turn where I Mojo Master? There's no more Rats. I don't think this is a turn where I Mojo Master. A backstep there. I think I'll do it like this now. So now he's at 6 mana. It will take him a while to get back to Mecha'thun levels. He has spent both Biology projects. Even if he Branching Paths some attack for that Acolyte, Pyromancers are gone too. Even if he Branching Paths 12 armor, how does he recover from this?
I can't win them all.
Please remove tea or coffee. Water.
We have turned our curse into our strength.
None will survive.
That's an Odd Mage, yeah. So... my Sharkfin fan, unfortunately, is not going to survive for very long. I'm just playing some Even Rogue. Not doing too great. Slowly progressing, but... okay, this is the aggro variant. Survival is going to be difficult.
Here we go.
Survival under these conditions is going to be extremely difficult. Okay. I hit here so that I would be guaranteed able to kill this next turn. Even if this happens and I draw a blank. I think I need to do it like this now. I need to try to deny some of that tempo from him. He might play Kirinto Mage, he might play a Black Cat, but, well, I didn't find anything useful, so what can I do? That's not as bad as a Kirinto Mage. Because here I can play the Corpsetaker. Probably need to hit face this turn. But my draw is so very expensive. There's some kind of a chance, because Hook Tusk can give me a tempo swing, if I can make it that far. But first I would have to make it that far. And that's not an easy task. I can kill this to deny a good Fungal Mancer.
Here we go.
And that's rough.
The future is
But they might. Okay, he didn't get any Luna value. That's good at least.
behold.
No, he did get one. Of course he got one. And I have Luna from being used more. I can do it with the Cursed Castaway. I don't have to spend an Argent Commander.
Me go home.
Hit a minion or hit face.
Here we
Hit face. There's no use for me to hit one of those minions. Now would be a good Fungal Mancer turn though. Very, very good. He could Fungal Mancer and trade one of the 1/2s in. So explosive runes, or is it going to be runes or is it going to be counter spell? Probably need to drop the Gen out there. It's runes, okay.
Here we go.
And then we hope that he doesn't have Jan'alai. Because if he has Jan'alai here, then I guess that just kills me. Yes, Jan'alai. Jan'alai is extremely good. This is why this deck really needs Jan'alai. That's the reach that kills the opponent. Like, I can't recover from this. I don't think it's possible to recover from this. If I don't kill Rag, can he clear? Maybe he cannot clear if I don't kill Rag. And if he cannot clear... If he cannot clear, then Rag might not hit me in the face. That's the best I can do. If he can't clear, then maybe Rag doesn't hit me in the face. And there's a lot of stuff to clear here. Or then he has Leroy in hand too, and then I just die. Because he had both Rag and Leroy. Yeah, that's why those two cards are so important. I tried to make this deck work in budget version, but it doesn't have enough reach. You're just not able to get there. You typically need either Jan'alai or Leroy. And of course if you get both, then it just rocks. Have a Sharkfin fan, nice. Alright. Let's go. Double Grave Shamblers.
We have turned our curse into our strength.
It's an Even Hunter. Okay. I've seen some pretty heavy Even Hunter builds. Going to Zul'jin and Lich King and all sorts of stuff. I was thinking Even Hunter would be a fairly aggressive deck because it hero powers every other turn, but some people are trying to build it as almost a control deck.
Here we go.
Ooh. Luke subscribed. 15 months in a row. That's a long time. Thanks for your support, Luke. Well, this is interesting. Explosive trap. Let's probe a little bit with this one. It's explosives. Okay. I'm going with the Corpsetaker first. It has Divine Shield, so even if he has a flanking strike, and flanking strike cannot deal with this now. But more secrets. So many options what that secret can be. I still think I need to hit face. Well, obviously now, let's see. If there's a kill command, that's pretty rough. No kill command, but there is the flanking strike. Okay. Alright, alright. Is there a spellstone? If there's a spellstone, can I even beat it? Can I beat a spellstone? There is a fully buffed spellstone, and that one goes phase every time here. I need my Divine Shield. Actually, I don't even have the Divine Shield anymore because I drew the Argent Commander. Oh dear, that was a mistake. Yeah, I didn't realize that I just drew both the Harpy and the Argent Commander. So I probably just die now. But what could I even do about that? There's very little you can do about double secrets in the Spellstone. Yeah. That's gonna be a good place to come if you want to take a break from those clone priests. We can kill them. We just can't kill the hunters.
We have turned our curse into our strength.
Yeah, and I just can't beat these hunters for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I don't want to leave him with a platform for Crackling Razormaw, because that's what I believe this would turn into. Of course, if he has a flanking strike, some stuff and then flanking strike, then that probably swings the game so hard. Why is rank 5 meta so different from rank 3 meta? The meta for each rank is quite different. If you have the premium subscription to the HS replay, then you can see from there. And the best decks go up in percentage throughout from 5 to 1. And then it changes a little bit again to Legend, because Legend comprises so many different types, people playing just for fun and people trying to play seriously and everything in between. But the best decks become more and more popular as you go up the ranks, and the worst decks are not so good. I don't think it's a Sharkfin fan turn. I think it's a Dread Corsair turn. Because I think this messes up with his plans when he hit into this one. But he could still have Springpaw Scavenging Hyena. Or he can have it next turn. Next turn it won't matter as much. Unleash would matter, but none of these cards are Unleashed, these are Beasts. But they still increase the probability that he can find Unleash, of course. Unleash and a pair of Timberwolves would be really solid. That would be a full board clear through the Corpsetaker, for example, with very little effort. Is he thinking about playing a 1-drop? No, he wants to set this up for some kind of Springpaw place or something. I think I still need to play the Corpsetaker out there. I had the option to try to go with the Shambler too, but I think this Divine Shield might be better. Because setting these to 2, this means that he would need the double Timberwolf. Single Timberwolf isn't that great now. I mean, it's still good, but it's not that great. He would need double Timberwolf when I play this, in order to really get rid of all the threats. Alright. Well, it was just a single Timberwolf. Or he wants to coin a Springpaw. Yeah, he could as well make use of the Timberwolf now that it's there. But he chooses not to. Alright. I'll play another Corpsetaker here.
Winter is here.
But I actually want to equip a new dagger first and hit that one over there. In case I play Grave Shambler Sharkfin Fan next turn, then I get to pop the dagger to grow the Shambler immediately. That's one line of play that's possible. Or just Shambler Cold Blood if he doesn't happen to have... He found a second Candle Shot, that's really tough, because now if he has a Flanking Strike, then that just about ruins everything for me. And with 4 mana he should have some kind of answer here. Well, Springpaw is not answer alone, but he had double Timberwolves, but he didn't want to use them earlier. He should have used the double Timberwolf earlier. Okay, if he can find any additional damage, then this is actually going to be really sick. Alright, alright. I mean, this is still pretty good. Can't deny that. Need the Grave Shambler. And the Sharkfin Fan. And I'll take down the Timberwolf. And I think I'll take down the Crackling Razormaw. What if he has Dire Frenzy now? He can make a 4/4 Springpaw. That would allow him to kill the Grave Shambler. But if I leave the Razormaw alive, then there's many more ways to kill the Grave Shambler. Now he needs something. Let's see. Alright. What can he find? This is getting scary. Ah, Hunter's Mark. That's so good. And there's Scavenging Hyena too. Well, that's pretty rough. I have to kill the hyena. I mean, I just can't leave that alive. He has managed to run me almost out of resources, but he doesn't have a ton of resources either. So now it comes down to who has better cards. I've seen quite a few of his plays. Does he have like Rexa? 7 high main. So I'm going all face, right? But I can't combo these. 5 plus 3, that's 8. Will I have a minion left next turn? I'm not sure. I have the option to kill the 7 high main, but that costs me everything.
Here we go.
I wanted to hit that, but let's see. Flanking strike top deck again. That sounds something I cannot fathom. Why do they always top deck the flanking strike? This was like the second game that's decided by a top deck flanking strike. Unless of course I can top deck like an Argent Commander.
Here we go.
Yeah! The Aries!
Well, if he does not find Rexa, there's still hope. But he must not find the Rexa. We'll see. I have 2 Argent Commanders which are outs. I have 2 Razor Petal Lashers which are outs. I have an Eviscerate which is an out. I have 5 outs in the deck. 5 out of 18 are outs. Okay. I'm probably dead next turn. That's an out.
Here we go.
We did it! We beat a hunter! Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.